Well, good morning, everybody. It's about 4 in the morning, about 4:20 actually. This is the time I usually get up to go to work. But I was checking up on the horn, and it was a little tacky, so I was a little worried that it wasn't going to cure itself. But as you can see, it did just fine. It's smooth in there. These little spots, looks like dust and particles got in there, which means it's not permanent. Those do wash out. And at the very bottom, there is a little cork. You can see of resin right there. The reason why I do that, because the resin will drip down into the tip. Now, you don't know what's in that tip. You don't know if it's bony tissue or what. I did wash the horn out thoroughly, though. But I like the resin to build up at the tip down there a little bit, so it can cover any areas that you may not see. Another thing is, since I have to redraw this whole thing again, I decided to give you a quick show on taping it. Now, I like to tape it. The reason why I tape it, so I can draw directly on the horn. Some people like sanding the horn down, and see a little nudge there. Some people like sanding the horn down and drawing it directly on there with a white pencil or whatnot. I like using the tape. It's just already shiny. It's already set up, so I want to be able to keep that as clean as possible. I wrap the tape around the edge in a spiral fashion. From my last mistake, I went right to the edge. Now, by going right to the edge, that kind of caused some problems. I like having that little edge here now, so I'm going to keep it a little gap. And then I started using masking tape, like right there, and I start covering the horn with masking tape. That's going to buckle, it's going to get weird, it's going to get kind of lumpy, especially when you get onto the arches. So I'll try to do that in sections and then work it again. You don't want a whole lot of layers of tape. 2 layers is probably the most you really want to do. So like this section here, I'll go back over and I'll take that down. Tear it back a little, but eventually it'll start doing its thing where it's going to start just swirling and spiraling all the way down without too many issues. Once that's done, you want to make sure that it only overlaps a little bit. Now, the reason why, because you want to keep it as one layer as possible, so when the Dremel goes through, it'll cut through the tape and into the horn. My experience in the last one, I kind of practiced on the one that cracked open. And all I was doing is cutting through tape. So it was leaving a very little imprint on a horn itself. It was a real pain in the butt. So this time we're going to try to keep it as little of tape as possible. And then I'll just start hand drawing everything on there like I did last time. So ultimately in the end, this whole horn will be covered. It's a beautiful horn. There was one little crack that happened right there, and that's when I had to open the edge. And what I did is I used a heat gun. I heated up this outer rim here, and it worked really well. But as I put a jar in there, like some glass and salt, so it'll form around it. But this was flat originally. It was like a line that was going straight across. But as I was doing that, I wasn't paying attention, and it's slightly cracked. So that'll be resin. So I'm going to resin this again probably in a couple days. That way it can have time to cure. But it looks quite fine. You don't see the crack right there in the center, right there. You can kind of see it, but it just looks like one of the grains. So, but it looks like it's an easy fix. So anyway. Well, I'm glad you watched this video. I just wanted to show you what I'm doing as far as tape goes. I want to thank you for watching and joining me at 4:30 in the morning. And I hope you have an excellent day. God bless. Good night.